Welcome into Nellis Hall, where we got a great matchup here tonight. As Coffeyville, your home team, coming in here 14-4, 10-4 in conference, facing the defending national champions, Hutch, the Blue Dragons, coming in here ranked 12th nationally, 13-3, 17-3 overall, 13-3 in conference, excuse me. As Hutch is getting in here in Coffeyville. Both teams around now. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick. Set for a fine matchup here tonight, Matt.
And yes, we are, Logan. You know, Coffeyville is one game behind Hutch. They're 14-4, 10-4 in conference. And like you mentioned, 13-3 and 17-3 in conference for the Dragons. Ravens are receiving votes. And someone you got to look at.
And here comes the Hutch Blue Dragons as starting lineup. And we'll look at it. Devontae Bando, J.J. Rhymes, Robert Wentfield, Sal Nuha, Raquan Taylor, and Kawhi Mitchell. And sorry to cut you off, but what were you about to say? As you're looking at the Hutch Blue Dragons starting lineup.
J.J. Rhymes, 21 points a game, shooting 48 from the field, 4 rebounds and 4 assists. He always does a good job for his team, of course. When you average that many points, that's someone that you run your offense through. And someone else to look at and mention is Bando, 15 a game and 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 37 from deep, so he can shoot the deep ball. This Hutch team is doing a great job, like you mentioned, 17-3 in conference, averages almost 90 points a game with 88.8. A high-octane offense. And then Logan's got to mention our starting lineup for the Ravens.
And like I was going to mention, Hutch, all starting sophomores. So all defending national champions coming back and starting in the starting lineup here tonight. But here for your Coffeyville Red Ravens, we're serving votes for a national ranking. Starting Casey Benton, TJ Washington, Keon Queen, Anthony Jones, and Joshua Hill. As Joshua Hill, first time starting here tonight. And I believe Keon Queen, not normally in the starting rotation, but he's in it tonight. So who do you see from Coffeyville to make a big impact?
And you got to mention their first person that always does good every night, 14 a game, 39 from the field, 3 rebounds and 3 assists, TJ Washington. Someone else in the starting lineup to look at, I believe, could be Keon Queen, 7 points, 6 rebounds a game, shoots 52 from the field. And, you know, he's not typically a starter like you said. I believe they could run the offense through him. 6'9", could do a lot of damage down low.
So Coffeyville in their home whites and Hutch in the road reds. Coaches here tonight, Jay Erkelin, as we forgot to mention, he's inducted to the 2018 NJCAA Hall of Fame, and you can tell why. In his 23rd year, 588 wins and only 180 losses. Assistant coaches here tonight, Kyle Fisher, Justin Tabor. And for the head coach of the Dragons, Steve Eck. 9th year, 231 wins and only 46 losses. Assistant coach Jay Sierak, Reggie Freeman, and Dallas Comstock. Both highly touted coaches in the Kansas Jayhawk Conference. And we'll see Keon Queen tip off against Sal Nuha.
And like you mentioned, both of these coaches profound in their conference. You love to see two of the top coaches go against each other. They know how to run offenses and defenses. And, you know, NJCAA Hall of Fame, big accomplishment for Herkelman. And you got to say, Steve Eck could be in there in the next few years, how he's been coaching Hutch.
So 2 a little bit sloppy possessions by either team as we just get into this ball game. And Hutch will start out, run some offense here tonight, looking for the first points of today's ball game, and that's an easy layup. Right up and good from Robert Whitfield, 6'3" sophomore at Radley, North Carolina.
In Whitfield, 7 a game. The biggest stat that he has is he is great with that three-point shot, 46%.
Now let's see if Coffeyville can answer. Benton, Travis Washington for 3, left it a little bit long. Keon Queen skies high for the offensive rebound.
Casey Benton and Keon Queen kind of collided to go for that offensive board. You love the intensity. Just make sure you communicate a little better.
Anthony Jones up top. Pulls up for 3. Leaves it off the heel of the rim, and now the Hutch Blue Devils can try and extend their lead to 2 possessions. Devontae Bando, as we talked about, probably the second leading scorer. Here comes J.J. Rhymes, pulls up. Rebound. Nua picks up his own. Almost rolling ball, and then he picked it back up and put it back up, and a foul.
And that's, like you mentioned, Nahu at the line. Doesn't get a lot of playing time, so for his start, does a good job. 5 points a game and 5 rebounds, 69% from the line.
As he misses the first. 6'8" sophomore to Bronx, New York. Second one is good. So Coffeyville just awaiting their first basket of the night. To the hoop. Anthony Jones leaves it short. Joshua Hill collects it. Benton misses it. And Hutch wants to get out in transition. Nice Euro step to the hoop. J.J. Rhymes. Now inside to Keon Queen. A little bit of a mismatch and a travel.
Keon Queen did a good job posting up, just a little too much contact, made him step a little more than he should have. And then there's J.J. Rhymes once again with the easy 2. Hutch coming out here, playing some good basketball, up to a 7-0 lead.
Pump fake, 3-pointer off the mark. And Joshua Hill will get caught with the over-the-back call. So, Matt, kind of like the women's game where Coffeyville really struggled out of the gate to score a basket.
And it's not necessarily taking bad shots, just a lot of threes. And then the mishap right there with the travel, they just need to get their head on straight and get a little bit better shots.
So Hutch tries to extend their lead, and a 3-pointer is up. Off mark, Anthony Jones pulls down the rebound. Now here comes Coffeyville. Pump fake, left-hand layup, goes in. The acrobatic Travis Washington.
And that's something you'd love to see by your leading scorer going in there. The double clutch layup, hard with the left hand to do it, and a great job by him, TJ Washington.
Another rebound for Anthony Jones. That's 2 in a row. And he loses it, but a foul on the floor.
And a great job by Anthony Jones to go in hard on that fast break. Coffeyville will get a new shot clock and able to, slow down the ball game a little bit and see if they can get this lead down by a little bit on this possession.
Thought about a 3 was Benton. Now shoots it. And he gets it to go. Short jumper.
That's a great job by Benton. 46 from the field and about 9 a game. So he always does a good job for Coach Herkelman. Usually starts or comes off the bench. And you love his production and a great mid-range shot by him.
Takes Travis Washington off the dribble. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound. Puts it right back up. And good.
And that's Taylor for the easy 2, gets that offensive board. He actually gets 6 boards a game and about 8 points.
Hands it off to Benton to the hoop. Contact. Gets his rebound back and swatted away.
A lot of contact on that play made Casey Benton try to contort his body, and almost a turnover by J.J. Rhymes. Got it back. J.J. Rhymes trying to drive in, and then the blocking foul on Casey Benton.
Yeah, last time these teams met at Hutchinson, and the Dragons held Coffeyville just to 62 points, and Hutch scored 99. And the J.J. Rhymes led the way with 21 points. So Coffeyville got to do a little bit better job this time around on the defensive end.
And that's true. That's one thing that they've kind of struggled, even though now they're on a 4-game winning streak, which is always a plus coming into a big home game. They've won against their rival, won against a good ranked team, and then right now they're going against the Dragons. They won against Garden City last week. So you got to have some confidence coming in, and now they're receiving votes to be nationally ranked. Let's see, especially if they pick up a good win here. I believe they should be in the top 15.
Dragons are a tough opponent. They're showing it here tonight. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Now down to 2. Just barely gets it off. Joshua Hill pulls down the defensive board.
Great defense right there by the Ravens.
Gets it stripped. 2-on-1 fast break. 3-on-1 to the hoop. Oh, a nice defensive play by Joshua Hill to give off his body in the open court. And is that a mistake for the Dragons?
And when you're 3-on-1, you could have just passed it to anyone. He tried to do too much with it. And Joshua Hill, I love his intensity on defense. He ran all the way back, giving up his body. You see him get a charge call at least one time in a game.
Jay Herkelman gave him the start as Cedric Rowland is out. And he's showing to do the most with it.
And Marvin Johnson trying to find Keon Queen, and then just a little too, Rojas just anticipated the pass a little too much and got the call. Both teams are evened up at 3 fouls.
Marvin Johnson coming off the bench, wants to shoot. Leaves it long, and that's going to be a foul on Keon Queen as he pulled James Rojas to the ground.
And you see Webster check it in for Queen. Queen picking up 2 quick fouls in this first half, so you got to sit him down. Let's see if Webster can be a good spark plug off this bench for Herkelman.
To the hoop. Contact. And right when Keon Queen left to grab it, because he grabbed a foul, and A.J. Webster is going to grab one of his own quickly.
And Rojas gets the first one to go. He shoots about 71 from the line, so a good free throw shooter, and he does get both. And now they are up by 7.
He had 11 points the last time these teams met, so a really profitable guy off the bench for the Blue Dragons.
Definitely, and he averages about 9 a game, so you know exactly what he likes to do, and he actually shoots 50% from the field.
Nice dump off by Joshua Hill, just could not score at the rim. And Marvin Johnson's going to pick up a foul just about 90 feet from the basket. So the Dragons can have a chance to go up by 10 or 9. Inside, contact. Pulls down the rebound, Marvin Johnson.
Great defense right there to not let him drive in easy. And a nice dump off by T.J. Washington. And then the foul. We'll send Joshua Hill to the line.
I'm just stunned how Travis Washington got that pass off. And it landed just so perfectly in Joshua Hill's hands. I mean,
and that's one thing you love to see by your leader, able to not just score but pass as well. And he's making some great passes right now. Joshua Hill at the line, only about 58%, but he has been steadily climbing as he gets the first one to miss. He started off only shooting around 50%, so he is getting that percentage up, which is good to see.
So Joshua Hill will get a second one at the line. Not the tallest one down there in the post, but he weighs 225, and that does a lot of damage inside when he can bang a lot of bodies around. And Coffeyville showing this press. Ten on the shot clock. Three-point heave. Rams out. Here comes Anthony Jones.
In the last 3 times Hutch has got the ball, they haven't been able to do too much with it. And that's because of the great defensive pressure that Coffeyville has been able to apply. And a deep three by Washington. Doesn't not get it to go. But you love to see kind of, as they say, his swagger out on the court again. He's pointing at the Hutch defenders, say, come up and guard me. And for the past couple games that at home that I've seen, he's been kind of sluggish and not typically himself, and you like to see him back the way he's used to playing.
Yeah, Travis has definitely regressed on shooting threes, but he's made up for it attacking the basket and dishing the ball off. But here comes J.J. Rhymes for 3. Just a little bit off, and here comes Marvin Johnson.
And Marvin Johnson is doing a good job right now pulling down boards. He usually gets about 4 a game, and I believe he's already up to 3, so well on his way to be above his average.
To the hoop. Gets to the rim in for Curtis Hollis.
And Hollis, 9 a game, 56 from the field. And that was a great job by him to let his body be controlled and not waver by the Ravens defender.
And Joshua Hill is so tough in the post. Kind of pushes his defender back. Allows him to go up with it. And Raekwon Taylor picks up his first foul.
And Joshua Hill at the line. He's been 1 for 2 so far. And he does get that one to go. And you see Quan Marshall and Casey Bitton checking in. I'm guessing Malik Keith is also out for the game because he has not showed up yet.
Yeah, he's been absent.
Which hurts kind of because you love the backcourt tandem with Washington and Malik Keith. But Quan Marshall also does a good job for his team. He gets 4 a game and about 1 assist. So let's see if him coming off the bench, let's see what he can produce for the Ravens.
So under 12 minutes. Trying to extend their lead to maybe 8. Good defensive pressure, and that was a good defense underneath the post.
And that's what you like to see. Even though they're down, they're still playing with intensity. And you got to love Hutch, how they're coming with intensity. This is building up to be a good game, and Marvin Johnson grabs another rebound.
So that puts Hutch in the 1-1, or Coffeyville in the 1-1. Or they're both in the 1-1, excuse me.
And you see Jackson Miller coming in.
$15 on the shot clock. Coffeyville trying to make it a 1-possession game. Off on the miss.
And Hutch is doing a good job moving around the ball on the perimeter. But also, right there, you see him drive in. And a good rebound by Webster to tip it to Casey Benton.
Casey Benton to the hoop. Couldn't get the left hand to fall.
But that's a great job to use the Euro step to his advantage and almost got that one to go.
Pull-up jumper. Quick shot from the Blue Dragons.
Both teams back-to-back misses.
Inside to A.J. Webster. Can't get it to finish, and he tips it back in.
Great job by A.J. Webster to use his length to get that tip in to go. Now his team is only down by 4.
Jackson Miller pulls down the defensive board. Jackson Miller pulling up. Not normally is his shot, but
just a little long there.
To the hoop, and he slams it. That's Nuhu.
And that's a big statement slam right there. He loves to go in and take defensive by surprise, how he can use his athleticism to go down in there and get a nice two-handed slam. Let's see if Coffeyville can go in there, score a point, match their intensity. We got about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, you can see the athleticism of the Blue Dragons and very good at protecting the rim. And their forwards are really, again, athletic. Trying to get it inside, gets it tipped away. Coffeyville somehow comes back up with it. Benton to the hoop, he collects the contact and has a chance at an and one.
And Casey Benton, that's what you love to see him do. He is a great player for Coach Herkelman. He is just a freshman out of Clarksville, Arkansas. He's 185 pounds. And a quick stat line for him, 9 points a game, 46 from the line, 45% from 3. So he loves to shoot it and does a great job, and about 3 rebounds. So now they're only down by 4. Both of these teams going at each other's throats. You love to see this kind of basketball.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to be a grind it out. And probably who plays better the first 5 minutes and the last 5 minutes is going to come away with the victory. And again, Coffeyville's got to be surprised with athletic. I guess not surprised because they've already played him, but used to the athleticism of Hutch. And last year, Coffeyville actually beat Hutch twice last year, and that was their only 2 losses on their little national championship run. One was in the KJCC tournament to send Coffeyville to the national tournament, and one was in the regular season. So Coffeyville knows them pretty well. And this is going to be turned out maybe to a really good ball game here tonight.
And that's what you love to see by both teams. Both teams going at each other, playing good defense, playing great offense. And Casey Benton has a chance to bring his team only down by 3. And he does get his team only down by 3. They're going to play a little full court press.
Yeah, we normally see Coffeyville do that every possession, but kind of lagged off this game. 3. Off mark, Casey Benton pulls it down. 15-12, ball game. Coffeyville down by just the possession. Let's see if they can maybe tie. Stolen away by Sal Nuhu. Now to the hoop. He took an extra step.
And just a little too excited to try to get to that open basket and took one too many steps, a careless turnover by the Dragons. Quan Marshall's going to run the point.
Stepping in from the dismissal of Malik Keith. And here comes Marvin Johnson for 3. He got it.
And right there, that's a big shot by Marvin Johnson. Shoots around 26% from three, so not the greatest three-point shot, but right there ties up the game. And then a turnover by the Blue Dragons. This game is getting intense, and you love to see that. Both knotted up, 15-15.
Inbounds play for the Dragons. J.J. Rhymes to the hoop. Elects to pass it out for three. Keon Queen rips it out of the hands of Kai Mitchell.
And great job by Keon Queen to match the intensity. Down low, likes to get lots of rebounds, about 6 a game, so does a good job right there.
Keon Queen, jumper, left it short. Open break for the Dragons. Oh, he just put it in. It just got the last roll in there. It almost looked like he did not get that layup, but.
And that was Bandu. Gets about 15 points a game. Jackson Miller going up. Doesn't get it to go.
And Keon Queen almost got hit with the over back call. He was really over the back of Mitchell. Now to the hoop. A foul. So Quan Marshall will get hit with the hold.
And you see Taylor checking in for Mitchell. Taylor averages about 8 points a game. He's already got some time in this game. Also 6 rebounds and 2 assists. Anthony Jones is going to check in. He shot a couple of threes but didn't get him to go. Let's see if he's a little bit more productive. Also, T.J. Washington comes in.
Yeah, Anthony Jones at 24 points at Dodge City. 3 for 4 from the three-point arc. One of the Red Ravens that can really shoot it from the three-point arc.
And Anthony Jones, a redshirt freshman out of Indianapolis. He's 6'5", 215 pounds, so he is very athletic and skilled, and you love for him to be able to play next year as well.
Jones, Euro step, high off the glass.
Almost a turnover.
Pull up, off the glass.
By Nahu. And that's a great job by him. Stumbled with the ball, gets it back, and a great bank shot.
Oh, the rim protection of the Dragons. Sanu rejected that almost to the first row of the seats.
Washington wants to set up the offense. Passes it back. Gets him. And gets the foul. Will send Washington to the line. And that's a great play. That's how you know you're mature. You get someone to bite on the pump fake, and you kind of lean into them when they're coming back down. And he gets an opportunity at the line.
Yeah, I think there's no argument with that one. He definitely caused contact and put Travis Washington at the line, shooting 1-and-1, I believe.
And he shoots about 79% from the field, from the line, and always does a good job. Let's see if he can get these two to go.
Travis Washington at the line. Normally their best free throw shooter. Leaves it short on the 1-and-1. Jinxton. J.J. Rhymes passes it out to Bando for 3. Rebound to the Dragons. Ball on the deck. Here comes Casey Benton, 3-on-1. Euro step to the hoop.
And that's a great job by Anthony Jones. Shows off his speed. Goes coast to coast. And now his team's only down by 4.
Now the Dragons have the advantage. puts it up and good for Nuhu.
And that's someone you got to look at. He has been producing all game long. You may have to start double teaming him.
Travis Washington with the carry. And that's one of the things they've got on him about, at least the referees have, as him carrying the ball.
Definitely. And for the past couple of games, you've seen get him about 2 or 3 carry calls. It's because he does kind of like that quick crossover that kind of lifts up the ball, and then they just get him with the carry.
JJ Rhymes loses it.
Almost a turnover.
Ball on the deck again. Marvin Johnson with it. 1-on-2. Contact and a foul.
And that's a great job by Marvin Johnson. If he would have just went straight at him, probably would have been the charge call. And now they're in the 1-and-1. Marvin Johnson will go to the line, and he shoots about 74%, so a great person to send to the line for the Red Ravens.
Marvin Johnson can't connect on the first. Gets one of the two, normally a 74% free throw shooter. Coffeyville down by 5 points. Blue Dragons trying to extend the lead on this possession. Nuhu, guarded by Keon Queen. Short jumper, left it off to the left. Another possession for the Dragons. Bando for 3. He got it in the face of Marvin Johnson.
And that was a great shot. No hesitation to pull it. And he does get it to go and bring the team up by 8. And a great shot by Marvin Johnson. Ravens are only down by 6 with about 5 minutes to go.
26-20. A little bit of contact. Looking for a travel, though. Marvin Johnson. Extra pass to Anthony Jones.
And even though we missed it, that's a great pass sequence to find the open person on the perimeter. Anthony Jones, unfortunately, just couldn't get it to go. And a little short by Cotton. They'll get another possession right here for Anthony Jones, and the Euro step helps him. Gets it to go. Now the Ravens are only down by 4.
Yeah, nice move by Anthony Jones at the rim. And you see that extra pass up the court. Just could not. He got the ball to go.
And both of these teams usually score around 80 points a game. So both are playing great defense. This is a fun game to watch.
You can see that dunk on the replay. Went up high for Nuhu. So 4:20 left. And then a nice finish on that replay. But yeah, both these teams getting really up and down the court. But still, this game's still in the 20s. So, Matt, are we still expecting that high-scoring game, or do you think the defense will even out?
I think it's going to come down to intensity. And right now, both teams are doing a great job of it. And as you've seen the whole game, this game could probably only end up being around 60 points each with the way they've been playing. So doing a great job. And you love to see both teams playing great defense, and that's going to be a reach-in call. And that's going to send Taylor to the line. Usually shoots around 67% from the charity strike. The fans going crazy trying to distract him. and does not get it to go.
So under 4 minutes, Coffeyville could get within 1 point. Pump fake to the hoop. Contact. And Rojas will draw the foul.
Anthony Jones has definitely been great for the Ravens so far. Let's see if he can get these free throws to go. He averages around 76%. And he gets the first, brings his team only down by 3. So this is definitely a close game, and you love to see these close games, both teams going at each other.
Curtis Hollis will come into the game for Rojas. He's pretty frustrated with that foul call. So a 2-point game. Red Ravens coming back. Still haven't had an advantage in this game yet. Been trailing the whole game. Step in jumper, good. A nice silencer from Hollis. Nice strip. And another nice strip from Marvin Johnson playing the ball.
And Marvin Johnson is playing intensely the whole game, doing a great job on both sides, especially defense. I believe that's his 4th steal of the game. Let's see if he can bring his team to the lead in these last couple minutes. And the dunk goes in and out. He tried to show off his hops and just couldn't get it to go. If he would have went with the easy layup, he could have got the easy 2. And now on the other side, Marvin Johnson bringing it up, and he will go to the line.
Yeah, Marvin Johnson is having that attacking mindset. Any which way he gets, he's going to the hoop.
And as all Kobe's fans say, that Mamba mentality, going to the line and never giving up. And he's doing a great job right now. And his team is only down by 3 after he makes that first one. And he gets the second to go. This is a good game, 28-26 with about 3 minutes.
Coffeyville hasn't grabbed the lead yet, but within 2 points. And Hutch still trying to get in rhythm as they missed the dunk by J.J. Rhymes last time out. Last possession. 8 on the shot clock. Inside. And a jump ball.
And a great job by Marvin Johnson again. His intensity to get that block, hold it down, and get the jump ball call and a turnover by the Blue Dragons. This possession is very key for them. With about 2 minutes to go, they could either tie or take the lead. Let's see what they do on this possession.
Anthony Jones wanting to attack the rim. There comes Marvin Johnson. Right hand scoop. He got it.
And right there, you saw him contort his body and does a great job there and gets it to go. Marvin Johnson, the past couple minutes has been his minutes right now, bringing his team back, and now they are tied.
Right hand layup for the lead and good by Hollis.
And a great job by Hollis to drive in there, get the easy 2. He's definitely been producing for the Blue Dragons as well.
Silent the crowd. Marvin Johnson, nice answer.
Marvin Johnson has been doing great right now. He is on fire. You got to give him the ball and get out of the way.
All knotted up at 30. See if Hutch can find their own answer. Double team. Oh, nice extra pass. Open under the rim is J.J. Rhymes.
And you saw him not go for the dunk this time. He didn't want it to go in and out. And with about a minute to go, let's see what TJ Washington does. And the possession will stay with Coffeyville. The inbound to Casey Benton.
Comes Travis Washington, crossover. Definitely has a lot of handles. Inside pass to Joshua Hill. Goes up with it and misses a layup. They'll get an extra possession out of it.
A great job by Joshua Hill to miss it, but tip it back out and give him an extra possession. And that will send Washington to the line. Let's see if he can get either one or both of them to go to bring his team down only by one, or, tie it up with about 30 seconds to go in the first half. And he does get the first.
Coffeyville down as far as 10 in this half. Getting a lead and maybe could hold it into halftime.
And there you go, right there, knotted it up. Let's see how Hutch responds.
$20 seconds. Wentfield against Washington. Now Hollis.
Let's see who takes the last shot.
Bando turns it over. 1 second. Half court heave. No good by Anthony Jones. They're not calling it. The shot did not get off in time.
And you got to give the momentum to Coffeyville. Great defensive sequence right there to get the turnover. And it's all knotted up at 32. Let's see who comes out with a better half.
Coffeyville climbed back in this one and tied at half. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick. You're watching Red Raven TV. We'll take you into half.
been helping me out. He pointed out that I say too much, and I've been fixing it.
And I was going to bring that up every game, but yeah, that's fine. That's how we learn, right?
Yeah. And I feel like I haven't done it as much this game.
No, yeah, you guys, the first half was excellent. I know the game is fun, so that helps.
Yeah.
The game was bad, but again, keep it up.
Yeah, for a second there, I thought it was good.
You guys sounded like you were blessed to be here, and I don't know if you guys felt religious or not, but that's the right attitude, and that's exactly what we need to be doing. So. Yeah, I'm very impressed. That blows away anything I ever did here. So, just keep it up. Let me know if you need it.
Okay. He told me you're going to get one more or something. Really? That's still cracks like,
Oh yeah, I know the players from Oklahoma. I know Childs.
Murray, yeah. She told me that she knew him, that she knew this one guy that went to Georgia. I was like, okay. Yeah, I was trying to get ready, and she just started talking to me about basketball. I mean, about football, about random stuff that I don't really care about.
Said that on the broadcast.
Back here in Nellis Hall, where we're all tied up here at halftime and getting ready to start the second half. I'm William Mance alongside Matt Dick, and looking at the first half stats, excuse me. Leading the way for the Red Ravens, Marvin Johnson with 12, and two players tied for 7 to lead the game for Hutchinson. So you got Devontae Bando with 7. And Saw Nuhu with 7.
And something that stands out to me, both of these teams, usually shoot around 30% from 3, but they're both shooting around 10%. Blue Dragons 1 for 10 for 10%, and then Coffeyville 1 for 9. So not shooting a lot of threes, a lot of them inside points, and you love to see that intensity on both sides.
And a foul going the way, so a turnover to start the game for the Blue Dragons. Saw Nuhu over the back of Keon Queen will send him another way and give him his second personal foul.
Something that else, halftime stats that kind of blows your mind, both of these teams average at least 15 assists a game. 1 assist for Coffeyville and only 4 for the Blue Dragons. So you see a lot of one-on-one ball, or they get kind of stuck in shooting, and then you see Casey Benton missing the 3, but a great job by Joshua Hill to grab the offensive board.
Definitely a solid point to bring up, and maybe Jerry Holcomb says something to his team. Let's move the ball a little bit more. Here comes Joshua Hill, but it's been a lot of dribble drives just like that. Joshua Hill taking his man off the defender, off the ball, and get a foul.
And that's something else to look at. You may find the open person, they drive in and get fouled, so you don't get counted for the assist. And a lot of teams have been sending to the line. Hutch shot 71%, and Coffeyville shot 77%. So a great job by both teams getting to the line. Just Coffeyville able to commit and get a little bit more to go. And right there, the first lead for Coffeyville by Joshua Hill on that first free throw.
So J.J. Rhymes took it at 2 defenders and draws a jump ball. Going the other way. Coffeyville had the possession.
And Keon Queen is loving that call. Great defense by him to hold on to the ball and not foul and get the jump ball.
So again, Coffeyville with the lead, 33-32. Trying to work it inside. Keon Queen, jump stop. Turn around. Couldn't fall. Joshua Hill right there for the easy layup.
Joshua Hill already has 2 offensive boards this half, doing a great job for his team. He had a total of 4 in the first half, and a long 3 missed. But an offensive board for Hutch.
Oh, the 3 ball does not want to go in, as only 1 for 12. Pump fake. Inside to Joshua Hill. Turnaround. Lost the ball and a foul on the floor.
And that is 3 quick fouls for the Blue Dragons. That's one thing that you got to look at that Coffeyville hasn't been doing this second half. Quick fouls, turning over the ball, and that's going to be a timeout for Coach Eck. Let's see how he strategizes. His team down by 3 now.
Yeah, Coffeyville getting their first lead in the second half. Up by 3 points. Just about 2 minutes into this ball game. And Joshua Hill and Keon Queen has done a nice job under the post just to start this second half, scoring at the rim. And one thing that's really stat really looking at, both these teams have not been shooting the 3 relatively well. Like I said, Blue Dragons 1 for 12 and Coffeyville 1 for 9. So there's going to be a lot of scoring at the basket, and that causes for a lot of fouls.
Casey Benton just kind of lost the ball in a turnover. The Blue Dragons were trying to run the fast break.
So Hutch can set up some half-court offense. And a foul on the floor.
And the reach in on TJ Washington. Going to be 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Inside to J.J. Rhymes. They'll pick up a foul on, I believe, Joshua Hill.
And that's kind of a smart inbounds play. Give it to your best scorer. Let him get fouled. Send him to the line. He didn't have the greatest first half. 3 for 10 from the field and only 6 points, when he usually averages, like we said, 21. He gets that one to go.
So 20 personal fouls between both teams in the first half, and we've already got 5 between both of them. And J.J. Rhymes gets a couple free throws.
Nice pump fake by Anthony Jones. Able to drive in. A great job by him. That pump fake finally works for him. And now his team's up by 3.
So Hutch looking to match them or come within 1. A good strip by Travis Washington. 1-on-2. He'll take it against them. Ball up. Rebound to Anthony Jones. And a foul.
And a great job by Anthony Jones to get that offensive board and go right back up. Let's see if he can get these 2 to go.
And a good job to go at Waycon Taylor. He picks up his 3rd foul.
And Jones is 76% free throw shooter, so pretty good. Gets the first one to go.
And James Rojas comes back into the game. He had a foul, and it was kind of frustrating in the first half. Finally getting some action 3 minutes into the second half.
And now that is a 5-point lead for the Ravens. They're doing a good job coming out in this second half, making some baskets and getting fouled. And a charging call. Great job by Casey Benton to sacrifice his body and another turnover for the Blue Dragons.
And those are one of the things you got to do to frustrate a great player like J.J. Rhymes, is cause charging fouls and don't let him get anything easy at the rim. And perfect defense by Casey Benton. Three's up. Left it short. Now here come the Dragons. Keon Queen with a nice defensive move and a carry, or over the back. Some type of call.
They're saying it was a backcourt violation on Keon Queen. And the refs having a little bit of dispute.
So they're going to call probably an inadvertent whistle on that.
Yeah, a little bit questionable call at the beginning, but a great job by the other refs to, come together and get the right call.
So Coffeyville riding a little bit of a momentum swing as they've jumped out to an 8-2 run.
And a pick and roll.
And I know that's a miss, but that's a great shot by Keon Queen. Inside to Rojas. And he throws it to Coach Eck. A turnover.
TJ Washington bringing it up the court.
Inside. A foul. That's going to go against Rojas.
And another quick foul. They're already up to 6.
And
one more, and they can go in the 1-and-1 already.
And James Rojas has got 4 fouls.
He almost very frustrated for this team. He's definitely one of the guys that produces well, 9 points and 4 rebounds, and is about to foul out.
Open 3. Attacking the hoop, Anthony Jones. A fight for it. Jump ball, and that's possession to the Dragons. In this game, Matt, getting a little chippy here.
Definitely, and one thing you like to see is lots of intensity, but you don't want to let that intensity get out of hand, and you don't want to let your emotions get out of hand and start, making bad calls and not doing the right thing. Just play the sport you love and have fun doing it, and right now both teams are doing that exact thing.
Yeah, both teams getting up and down the court, and that's when it can cause a little chippiness. And right-hand layup. Travis Washington slithers through there.
And a great job by TJ Washington. You always love to see what he can do on a game like this. He's the leader of this team, and he does a great job right there getting in. And now his team is up by 7.
So Coffeyville to this 10-2 run. And almost 5 minutes into the second half, and really seeing a different Coffeyville Red Raven team in this second half, coming out firing from all different angles.
And that's so true. They came out early in the first half shooting a lot of threes, and now they've settled for good shots down low, and now they're on a 10-2 run, leading the number 12 team in the nation. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and with this win, definitely can do some damage in the conference.
And you saw Travis Washington slither in there with the right-hand layup to bring him to 41-34 with 15:21 left.
And I just love to see TJ Washington's athleticism at his height. He's only 6 foot, 185 pounds. Of course, you all know where he's from, Tulsa, Oklahoma. He's a sophomore. Kind of sad to see him go. but you would love to see him lead his team maybe to a national championship, maybe deep into the conference championship, definitely have a chance to beat a top-ranked team. And if they win 5 in a row, definitely you got to consider them a top 15 team.
Coffeyville is receiving votes. $15 on the shot clock. Quick jumper off balance. He got it from Cotton.
And Cotton didn't make a single shot, only shot 2 in the first half. And right there, he gets one to go. A nice little jumper by him. A good spin move by Casey Benton and gets it to go. That was some athleticism at its best for Casey Benton. And now the lead's back up and trimmed by a quick 3.
Bando with the silencer.
And Bando is now up to 10 points. Was the leading scorer, tied with, of course, J.J. Rhymes in the first half.
Pull up, off balance. 2-on-1 fast break. Up high and can't get it to go. And that's the second time J.J. Rhymes went up for a dunk and missed it. Cross-court pass. Casey Benton, extra pass. Can't get it to go. And off balance. Out of bounds. J.J. Rhymes left it out of bounds, and Coffeyville will stay with the possession.
And you see Keon Queen doing a great job there. Dean up on his person and making him step out of bounds. He's done a good job all night, matching intensity down low, and did a great job right there.
Hutch cut it to 4 points. And a foul.
And that will send T.J. Washington to the line. He's had a more productive second half than his first. He still scored about 3 points, 1 for 3 from the field, and has already scored 6 points in this half. Let's see if he can get 8. And he misses the first.
So Hutch will get a chance to either put him with one or put him within a possession. Inside, a nice feed to Rhymes. He collects the foul. And an and one. And officials trying to get this game under wraps, getting J.J. Rhymes and Keon Queen together to... Again, the chippiness of this game.
And both of those players, J.J. Rhymes, Keon Queen, both emotional players. They get sometimes they both get too emotionally invested in the game. And right there you saw J.J. Rhymes kind of push him past Keon Queen, and then Keon Queen pushing him back. And you just don't want to see that as a basketball fan. You want to see them, you like to see them going at each other, but not in a, kind of a fighting motion.
So we'll likely see, and we will see, Keon Queen exit for A.J. Webster and maybe cool him off for a sec.
And I think that's a smart call by Herkelman. You bring in Webster. They didn't do a lot in the first half, but he's that presence down low, just like Keon Queen can provide.
And he gets the and one opportunity.
Washington's going to bring it up the court. And like we mentioned, he's had a better second half. Let's see if he can lead his team to a victory. Joshua Hill couldn't get the layup to go. And it's going to go to the Blue Dragons.
So the Dragons have climbed back in this game within one.
And you can feel this game's intensity rising and aggressiveness. And you don't want to get too emotional and lose the game. You just need to have the right type of intensity. And right there, J.J. Rhymes gets it. Webster on the foul, and another and one opportunity for Rhymes. Definitely a more productive second half for him.
And just like that, we'll see him at the line for another and one situation. And quickly, A.J. Webster picks up 2 fouls.
And William Jefferson will check in for him. Zach Miller as well, and Marvin Johnson. And you saw Marvin Johnson at the end of the second half going off for the last couple minutes, so his production is very key. He scored 12 points in the first half. Let's see if he can keep that up.
To the hoop. Can't finish. A nice steal from Casey Benton, a foul to prevent any open layups.
And that will send Casey Benton to the line. Benton only had about 5 points, but he also had 5 rebounds in the first half. So a great job by him. And he also went 1 for 1 from the line.
In and out. Free throws have not come easy for the Red Ravens. Pull-up jumper good by Bando.
And Bando once again showing his nice little mid-range game and gets it to go.
Bando's got 12 points to bring the Dragons up by 4 with 12:28 left. Again, this game is a game of runs as Coffeyville went on a run to start this second half. And then we just saw Hutch claim it back and the lead.
And as a fan of basketball in general, you love to see both teams going at each other. And you love to see everyone getting into the game, the crowd, the fans, and both of the teams. Let's see how that plays out. And you don't see a change. Well, you see William Jefferson going back out. Zach Miller, Marvin Johnson, T.J. Washington, Casey Benton. J.J. Rhymes is still out there with Cotton. Also Hollis and Rojas. Actually, Mitchell, excuse me, comes back in.
So Marvin Johnson had a hot first half and missed the first in his second half. And there's a blocking foul. Moving screen. And fouls racking up for the Blue Dragons as Kai Mitchell has to exit with 4 fouls. Travis Washington will go back to the line, draws a foul on the dribble drive to the hoop.
And he gets the first one to go. That's a great job by him. Team is only down by 3. Let's see if he can make it only down by 2. And you see Raekwon Taylor checking in for Nuhu, my bad. And he does get the second one to go.
So just under 12 minutes. Nice pass. Inside, no good. Rebound, and attacking the glass. This is the Devil or Blue Dragons, and it's really helped them out.
And that's Hollis at the line in the first half. 6 points and 2 rebounds. Didn't go to the line. Actually went 3 for 3 from 2-point, but 0 for 2 from deep, and he misses the first. Anthony Jones will check in for Casey Benton. And as we all know, Anthony Jones' athleticism and speed is definitely loved by this offense. Let's see if that has an effect. And there he goes right there, grabs a rebound.
So not able to capitalize on the free throws. Open court steal, and a foul, and Hollis will draw the foul on Marvin Johnson. And that will put him in the 1-and-1. Or excuse me, one more foul will put him in the 1-and-1. That's 2 fouls on Marvin Johnson.
And a lot of fouls called right now. Let's see how that plays into the teams. They will go in the 1-and-1 now. Both teams are. So both teams shot good in the first half. 71 for Hutch and 77 for Coffeyville. Let's see which team can shoot better from the line.
And it looks like Jackson Miller left a bit early, so we'll get another shot. Second shot. Can't make either of them.
And that's got to be disappointing for Hutch. Could have put his team up by 2 possessions and just couldn't get to go. Marvin Johnson with the deep 3, misses.
And William Jefferson lost it off his knee. Dragons wanting to push it. Step back 3, in and out. Down the court. Marvin Johnson goes up with it.
And right there you saw T.J. Washington wanted to drive in, found the open Marvin Johnson. A great pump fake by him, and then the athletic layup to tie his team.
Out of bounds. Coffeyville remains with the possession.
This is a big possession right here. Let's see if they can get the lead back after once leading by 5. Marvin Johnson trying to do a little work. Took one too many steps and a turnover.
Fans not liking the travel.
J.J. Rhymes up top. Let's see what he can do in this rest of the half.
Bando up top with the ball. Turnover.
Turnover. Marvin Johnson
Flushes it. Marvin Johnson on the open court flushes it home for Coffeyville. 49-47. 9:52 left in the second half. And I see a timeout.
And you got to love the intensity with the crowd after He slammed the athletic one-handed dunk. You got to love to see those kind of plays. The quick turnover and then the great sequence to find the open Marvin Johnson.
So a media timeout, under 10 media timeout. And we'll get you some replays. As Travis Washington kicked it out. Marvin Johnson went up, finished off the rim. Nice job to avoid the contact and score on that replay. And Coffeyville with the 2-point lead, 49-47.
And like we saw in the last half of the first half, Marvin Johnson just doing a great job getting baskets, steals,
and you'll see
and
Marvin
rebounds.
Johnson with a dunk. Open court dunk, and like you said, doing it all here tonight. But just like we've seen runs from both teams, saw one from Coffeyville open up the second half. Then Hutch came back, took the 4-point lead, and Coffeyville taking it back with a 2-point lead.
So let's see how Hutch responds after Coffeyville exploding these last 2 minutes.
Inside. And a foul. Pushed by, I believe, Keon Queen. Or Marvin Johnson.
And right here, this is where both teams have to make their money's worth. At the line, both in the 1-and-1. 18 fouls total called in this second half, almost matching the first half totals. Like you said earlier, 20 in the first.
And Herkelman made the decision to keep Marvin Johnson on the floor. He's got 3 fouls. Crossing over. Floater, no good. Keon Queen with the finish.
And Keon Queen, you love his intensity. Great job to follow up and tip that back in. Definitely a great offensive rebounder and knows how to follow the ball. One of the hardest plays to pull off right there. And then Marvin Johnson with another quick foul. And like you said, he was at 3, now he's at 4. Let's see what Jay Herkelman does, and I believe he's going to sub him out for Casey Benton.
And that was a huge bailout because Bando was in the air and he was coming down. And I guess there was some type of push in there. It seems to me the officials are calling every little touch, so players definitely have to adjust. So we'll see Nuu come back in the game. Definitely a presence underneath the basket and attacking the glass.
And with those good clutch free throws, Blue Dragons are only down by 2. Here's Anthony Jones with the 3, a little long.
Again, three-pointers have come at a premium. Oh, and flying to the hoop. And that's a charge. Hollis came flying in. And Travis Washington gives up his body.
And he will go to the line with that charge call. Never mind. My bad. Wiping up some sweat from the floor.
.8:49 left. Anthony Jones turning around. Back to the basket. Can't get it to go. Nuhu with the defensive board. Dragons just down by 2 points. Long three for the lead. Yes, he got it, and the foul. As Bando will go to the line for a 4-point play.
And right there, that was a great job to pull up, stop, and hit the three and an and-one opportunity to bring his team up by 2. And like we mentioned, Bandu had a pretty good first half, 7 points total, and right now he's already matched that.
Bandu's got 15. Unofficial 15. With the handles to the rack. And a foul. And the crowd really pleased with how Travis Washington's handles getting the defender to bite either which way.
And if you're a Ravens fan, that's one thing you love to see. TJ Washington crossing up someone, and he gets to the line for it. Let's see if he can get these to go. And now his team is only down by 1 with about 8 minutes to go. And he does get both, and it's all knotted up at 53.
Corner three. Good. Bando catching fire. Got 18. Gives the Dragons 3-point lead.
Casey Benton driving in and gets it to go. Great athletic layup. Team's only down by 1. You got to look for Bandu, but J.J. Rhymes shoots a 3 and gets it to go. Back-to-back-to-back threes for this Blue Dragon squad. Red Ravens look a little overmatched from the perimeter right now.
Steal by Whitfield. 3 by J.J. Rhymes. Keon Queen loses it. Slowing the pace. Now a 3. Cotton off. Rebound goes to Travis Washington. 2-on-2. Benton got it.
And that's a big 3 by Casey Benton. Good job by TJ Washington to use his moves to get open to find Casey Benton. And then the big 3 by him brings his team only down by 1.
So that put back from Keon Queen. And a nice 3 from Casey Benton from the assist from Travis Washington. A nice look from TJ. So just 6:25 left in this second half. And it looks like the officials are going to the scorebook to maybe change a 3 to a 2. And maybe it was that J.J. Rhymes on that right next to the J. Herkelman. It's right next to the J.
So this makes the game a little more interesting right now. And I think it was that 3 that J.J. Rhymes hit earlier. And that's a great job by the officials to make sure and look back and get the correct call. It's all knotted up with 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Both teams in the 1-1. So right now, which team do you think has more momentum?
It's been switching every which way, and we'll see with this 6:25 left. That's all I can say. We can see what this time will tell.
And that's definitely true. In my opinion, though, I feel like it's a little bit of Coffeyville hitting that three, and then now they took away 1 point, so now you're actually tied. So definitely some good defense and offense getting played in the last couple minutes.
That's a great point. Comes Nuhu. And a foul quickly.
And Nuhu, we all know that he has been very productive for this team, has always done a good job. Got 7 points in the first half and a total of 6 rebounds. And I believe he's up to around 15 and probably around 10 rebounds. So possibly a double-double for Nuhu. And he misses the first.
And you got to think for Coach Eck, every time you get the ball, it's probably 9 times out of 10 he's going to draw a foul. So it's probably going to be the game plan for the rest of this 6:10 left in the second half.
And a good job by Nuhu to at least get one of them to go and brings his team up by 1.
Quick trigger. Left it way short. So Marvin Johnson checks back into the game. He's got 3 fouls. You got to be careful. Can't pick up any fouls as he's been a hot scorer lately for the Red Ravens.
And especially how close they've been calling these. And right there, I think that will be another foul on Marvin Johnson. And like you said, and he is out of the game. Oh, his 4th personal.
Yeah, it says on the scoreboard is his 5th, but the scorer's book said 4.
And that's kind of sad to see for the Ravens. Your hottest scorer as of the second half now has to sit out pretty much almost the rest of this game. Let's see how that helps or doesn't help the Blue Dragons. Maybe someone will get hot for the Ravens.
Marvin Johnson averaging 10.4 points per game.
And he does get one of them to go. And the Blue Dragons are up 60-58.
Inside to Hill. He'll go to work.
And try to find Keon Queen, just couldn't. And a careless turnover for the Ravens.
A 3, in and out. Tipped around. Hill comes up with it. Inside to Keon Queen with the finish.
And that's a great find by TJ Washington. Another great dime by him. Finds Keon Queen cutting to the basket. And the easy 2 knotted up at 60.
JJ Rhymes gets it inside to New. Goes up with it. And finishes. So a timeout from the Blue Dragons. 4:46 left. And I kind of mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, it's going to be who plays the first 5 minutes of the game and who plays the last 5 minutes of the game, and we're under the last 5 minutes of the game, and it's pretty much really tight race, only a 2-point game, and it's going to be who plays the best these last 5 minutes for sure.
And that's so true. Coach Eck and Coach Herkelman strategizing their butts off right now, trying to figure out which team can get better momentum. And one thing that you got to look at is free throws. Who can get to the line and convert those? Also, who can get the hot hand? Marvin Johnson has the hot hand. Now he has to sit. Let's see if one of the leaders, Anthony Jones or TJ Washington, can take over this game. And, of course, we've seen Bandu and Nuhu both having great second halves. So this is going to be a great last 5 minutes of this game. It's going to be sad for either team to lose.
Stay tuned. It's going to be a tight one at the end. Comes Travis Washington.
Casey Benton trying to find someone.
Good defense. Jump shot, short. Hill picks it up but loses it. Tie ball. Possession arrow will go to the Red Ravens unless Herkelman called timeout. And Herkelman saves the tie ball by taking the timeout. So another little short break here.
And Coach Eck, has done a good job coaching his team. Right now, up by 2. But also Coach Herkelman has matched that exact same strategy with Coach Eck. They've both been coaching like crazy, yelling at their players, getting them involved, letting the intensity rise. And this game's definitely going to come down to the last seconds. I believe whoever gets the best momentum swing at the last couple minutes will be able to win this game.
So the Red Ravens have a fresh 30 on the shot clock. To the hoop, Jones, foul, and one, the old-fashioned way.
And that's a great job by Jones. You love to see him do what he does best, get inside with his length and athleticism, and he has an and one opportunity. And the first half was productive to a point, 2 for 4 from the field, and hit both of his free throws with 6 points. And he does get it to go, and now they lead by 1.
So Nuhu up top, getting off the Bando. 3:45 left, contact. Anthony Jones picks up the foul. So he'll have 2 shots at the line.
And another great stat for this Ravens team, they're 10-2 at home. So they do a great job winning, and they're on a 4-game winning streak. A lot of teams don't do very good at home, but one thing that you always can count on is fans coming out and cheering their butts off to see the Red Ravens take a win. And right now it's knotted up after Bandu, made one, and let's see if he can get the other one to go. And he will go 1 for 2. And it's knotted up at 63 with about 3 minutes to go.
Anthony Jones looking inside to Queen. Right hand jumper, no good. Ball on the deck. Joshua Hill comes up with a 3.
And an over the back call on Keon Queen, a little bit questionable. Let's see how that affects the Red Ravens. That'll send the Blue Dragons to the line. And Nuhu at the line has had a very productive game so far for the Blue Dragons, and he doesn't get the first one to go.
And this game might come down to free throw shooting, as Coffeyville does foul a lot, or at least has been fouling a lot these last few minutes. So with that, Blue Dragons regain the lead, 64-63.
And let's see how Coffeyville strategizes on this offensive possession.
3:15 left. Open three for Benton. He put it through.
And that's a great find by Anthony Jones after crossing up his defender. You thought he was going to drive, kicks it out to Benton, and a nice splash three brings his team up by 2.
And a foul.
And Cotton, these are some big free throws for him, and he does get the first one to go. Barely rolls in. Team's only down by 1 now. Let's see if he can get the second one to go. And he does. Knots it up at 66. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Free throws are about to get crucial.
And that's so true. One thing you got to look at is who is making free throws. And a blocking foul will send Anthony Jones to the line. So let's see if he can make these. And Anthony Jones has come out and performed today. He has done good this second half in the absence of Marvin Johnson having to sit out. And he gets the first one to go. Brings his team up by 1.
Second one goes through.
And that's a great job by him at the line, bringing his team up by 2. Hutch definitely has the pressure on him.
Let's see if Hutch can respond. Inside to Mitchell. Oh, a nice feed, but he can't get a hold of it. It's Cotton.
And that's a sloppy possession by Hutch. You can feel the crowd getting behind this Ravens defense, and a lot of people are cheering for the Ravens, and you can tell that it's getting to Hutch.
Inside. Contact. Save to the other team. That's J.J. Rhymes.
A lot of contact on Anthony Jones, and then the foul called on Joshua Hill. You can see a little scuffle with Casey Benton. And Mitchell. This arena is getting more and more intense. You can feel the pressure for both teams, how the win is. And Anthony Jones is having to be taken off by the ref.
And we're getting together and see what the deal was.
And to go back, you can see the frustration by Anthony Jones when he obviously got hammered on that one play and then come down and get the foul call. You could definitely see the frustration for the Ravens, but you don't want that frustration to turn into something physical because you could get teed up and sway the momentum of a game.
Yeah, and it wasn't a smart decision for him to save it out of bounds right to the Hutchinson player. He should have just went out of bounds.
And J.J. Rhymes will go to the line. And he has definitely done better this second half for his team, but doesn't get the first one to go.
Like I said, crucial free throws down the stretch probably will decide this game. And Hutch has left a lot of points on the floor.
And he doesn't get either to go. Under 2 minutes to go, Coffeyville has a 2-point lead.
Coffeyville trying to extend the lead to the hoop. He'll collect a foul.
And Anthony Jones has been clutch from the line, as you saw him drain the last two earlier to bring his team up by 2. Let's see if he can add on to this lead.
So that's 3 fouls on Hollis.
And you see the Ravens team back just so they can try to stop that fast break if he misses one. And that's a great strategy because that Hutch offense can run the fast break beautifully. And Anthony Jones does get the first one to go to bring his team up by 3.
Definitely takes his time shooting free throws. Gets them both.
And I believe that's why he makes so many. He doesn't try to shoot them too quick to make the pressure. And he takes a nice deep breath and sinks both of them up by 4. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go.
To the hoop. Out of the. Swatted by Keon Queen.
And that's a great play by Keon Queen. And you see the refs saying for the fans to get off the court. But it's kind of hard to be a Ravens fan and not want to just run on the court already. But the game isn't over. You can't count out this Hutch team. You're only down by 4, and they are nationally ranked right now. A foul on Casey Benton. And Herkelman is not liking that call, and I believe that is a timeout. And that will send Bandu to the line. He has been producing great this second half. Let's see how clutch he is at drilling these free throws. These are very important. And he does get the first to go. His team's only down by 3. And to go back to that Keon Queen swat, that was a great job by him to anticipate it and not get the goaltending call. And Bandu does get both to go.
So minute 25 left. Coffeyville has a 2-point advantage.
This possession's very key.
Oh. Now I'm surprised that was not called goaltending.
That was very close, but Keon Queen, way to get that rebound and the jump ball, and it will go back to the Red Ravens. A fresh shot clock as well. This could be a very big possession for them.
They do have 20 on the shot clock to work with. Under a minute. Going up high. Rebound on the floor. Goes up with it. Keon Queen gets fouled.
And let's see if Keon Queen can drill these free throws. He didn't shoot a single one in the first half, but he is around a 65% shooter. If he can get one of these to go, that'll put them in a better position than him not making either of them. Let's see how clutch Keon Queen can be. And he misses the first.
If you're Hutch, that's probably the guy you want to foul, Keon Queen. So doesn't get any of them. 50 seconds to work with for the Blue Dragons. And they're going to give it to J.J. Rhymes, the best player. Corner three. In and out. Joshua Hill picks up the rebound and a foul.
And a great job by Joshua Hill to go up with a taller defender and grab that board. Almost went in for Cotton. Or excuse me, almost went in for Whitfield. And a foul, so Joshua Hill will get to go to the line. Joshua Hill has definitely had a very productive second half. And he was 3 for 4 in the first half from the line. Let's see if he can get these to go. And he does not get the first one to go. This second one is very crucial.
Yeah, you definitely do not want Hutch to tie it up or take the lead with a free throw. Miss. So we can't get any of them. Coffeyville 0 for 4 on free throws in the last 15 seconds or so.
And that's something you got to point at, that they cannot make free throws these last 2 minutes. And then another foul, a blocking foul. These are very crucial for Hutch to make. Over 20 fouls called in total. I believe almost 30 now. And this game is just climbing with intensity and anticipation for the final buzzer to hit.
Yeah, I don't think any of these teams can afford to go to overtime or every player is going to foul out.
And he does get the first one to go. That's a great job by Hollis. Let's see if the pressure is definitely on with the second one. Team only down by 1, 30 seconds to go, so the shot clock isn't going to be on when Coffeyville has the ball. And he does get both of them to go. Let's see how Coffeyville does this last possession. This is very crucial if they go into overtime or not.
And we'll see if Hergelman has a timeout left, he'll use it. If not, he'll just let it run through. Got to start going. Stuck in the corner. He's got 5 seconds. And a timeout. Oh, that about erupted the gym.
And a foul.
But wouldn't that be something? The only three-pointer Travis Washington made would have been that one. That would have been crazy. So you got 3.5 seconds. Matt, who do you give the ball to?
Well, you got to give the ball to the guy that just made a deep three, TJ Washington. You got to let him either drive it in or a quick three. I believe him or Anthony Jones could be the person to win this game. If not, this will be an interesting overtime, I believe.
Definitely a chippy game. And you think how much more chippy it can get if this game, if it does, go to overtime.
And you just see how each team is matching each other. They just keep on going up ladders, and this game is neck for neck the whole time. Except for that first half, about 2 minutes when Hutch jumped out for that 8-point lead. It has definitely been neck to neck the rest of the time. And you got to love this game for both teams. You hate to lose it. Let's see, these final 3.5 seconds of the game will definitely tell who wins.
So here we go. Travis Washington takes it. Floater in the lane. It goes! Travis Washington, the floater in the lane.
He gets it to go. I said it once before. TJ Washington is a great person to go to. Clutch shot, clutch win against number 12 Hutchinson, and they are now on a 5-game winning streak. They will take over the number 2 spot in this tough Jayhawk conference. This is definitely a great win for them. Hutch, very sad. They played great all game. Just the last final seconds couldn't get those free throws to go. And TJ Washington does what he does best, score baskets.
Coffeyville pulls the upset over the 12th ranked in the nation, Hutch, the Blue Dragons. And Travis Washington hit the 3, but it didn't count because Hookelman called a timeout. And then he drew up a play for Travis Washington, and then he finally made the game-winning shot.
And as a broadcaster, you love calling these games. Always intense. And the final shot to the buzzer, your heart kind of races for either team. And TJ Washington gets it to go. A great win. And we will see you February 3rd versus Pratt at home. The game starts at 2.
So that's it. You're watching Red Raven TV. I'm Logan Mance alongside Matt Dick. Eventful night. Travis Washington made the game-winning shot. And stay tuned until February 3rd.